Mm. Yo, 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 yo. What it do, what it is. What's happening? One Piece 1173. Hold on. How we feeling, y'all? How we feeling? How we feeling? How we feeling? How we feeling? Oh. Hold on one second. Okay, 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 okay. How we feeling? One Piece 1173. I wasn't here for 1172. I was like, we gotta, you know what I'm saying? We gotta get it for 1173. Hope y'all been good, man. Hope y'all been doing great. Yo, shout out to Kawada with the 40 said assemble. And Keenan's back like we never left. Yo, appreciate you, Keenan. Appreciate y'all, my boys. And then we have Race. What do you call dyslexic owls? Slow. shout out, shout out to Race, man. Um, in the Super Bowl. Oh yeah, that's happening. I don't really feel the hype for it, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really feel the hype for the Super Bowl like that. I would say, I think Nick Iwanwari, he's hurt. Some pick the Patriots. I root for the Patriots for the Super Bowl. What's the Super Bowl plans, bro? I haven't even. I'm not as hyped for this Super Bowl. Not gonna lie. I don't really have a dog in the race, so I I don't know. Might just do the wings, regular, degular. Nothing too crazy. Yo, whatever. Say yo, assemble. Yo, I appreciate you. Whatever. 39 months. I appreciate you, my guy. Say after Pats. Say I don't want to. Well, here's the thing. I'll say this right. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I was a Tom Brady guy back in the day, right? I was a Tom Brady guy back in the day, so you know, um, I used to want the Patriots to win. Uh this iteration of the Patriots, yeah, I don't know. They're kind of boring, but yeah, I think in general it's not the best Super Bowl, but Caleb, my boy, he said, "Have you seen the night?" I haven't. I haven't, Caleb. I've heard so many good things, but I haven't yet. I haven't. Yo, Darren Malik just joined fam. Appreciate you, Darren. See, I'm just so sick of the Pats. I mean, Jets fan, you would say that, right? Right, Jets fan. I mean, I get why you would say that. Yo, football guy, my boy, what's happening, bro? What's happening? Yo, Feb Detonator 39 to BDA gang back like we never left, man. Read the chapter last week, didn't get to do a reaction. Felt weird. Felt really weird. I'm glad we back and we do a reaction to this one. Don't know what's going on. I mean, kind of off the grid for a little bit. So, you know, Race with a 10 gifted. Appreciate you, my boy. Appreciate you. I don't know if this is this is you making up for the joke. Not bad. I haven't listened to Fall Off. Haven't listened to Fall Off. That's gonna happen. Right. We're gonna do an album reaction. It's bro, I'm behind on a lot, right? Um, I'm 2 episodes behind Fearin'. I'm like 2 episodes behind JJK. Haven't watched Fallout. Haven't watched Welcome to Derry. Night of the Seven Kingdoms. I think I'm a chapter behind Kagurabachi. 2 chapters behind Madulo. You know, so we got a lot. We got a lot of catching up to do. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Boswick with 33. So welcome back. Appreciate you, my boy. Appreciate your football guy with a 20 gifted. Hey, my guy. Thank you, G. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Yeah. So we got a lot. Fate. I haven't watched the Fate series. Are you more hyped for Doomsday or Brand New Day? Doomsday, that's the Avengers movie. Brand New Day, is that Spider-Man? That's Spider-Man, right? I feel like it's Cole at his best. I would say this, right? I would say this for Madulo. Oh, Matt, I already passed that. I already passed that for Madulo. I ain't gonna lie, Matt. I caught up. Hey, this might be a hot take, but if One Piece did whatever the sequel is like they did Madulo, we got a banger on our hands. If Oda does whatever, like similar to the Madulo sequel, if he does that for One Piece, we got a banger, a major banger, because Madulo is absolutely fantastic. And the world building they've done, how they've expanded everything, not too close, not too far from the things we know, reintroducing characters that we know. I mean, it is. Back to the question: am I hyped for Doomsday or Brand New Day? If I had to pick one, I'm probably more hyped for Doomsday. Yo, Infinite Thrills, join fam. Appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate you. Ryan said, "Good to have you." Appreciate you, Ryan. Good to be back. Dr. Umar, I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well, brother. I'm doing well. Yo, fiery white boy. Yo, I got working a few minutes. Sending all the love and vibes for this. Yo, appreciate you, white boy. Yeah, Madulo is insane. Madulo is insane. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like a time skip where it's far enough, right? 50 to 70 years. 50 years is probably a great spot in One Piece where it's like a lot of the characters that we know are still around, but they're older. We're kind of following up the next gen or even the gen after that. And it kind of gives us a nice spot where Oda can I kind of establish the new gen or the newer gen, introduce new problems, have some of the old guys help us with that. And I think Madulo is in a great spot, bro. Just more hype for Moro. Oh yeah, Dragon Ball is coming back. I've heard a lot about Moro. I try not to do too much reading or deep diving into Moro because, of course, I'm anime only on Dragon Ball. But I mean, it's hype. It's Dragon Ball. And it gives me hope for One Piece going forward. So Doom should have been a black actor because I got used to MF Doom. No, I feel that. How you feel about Super coming back? I'm excited. I know a lot of people crap on Super because it was mid. To a lot of people, it was hype. Story's mid, but it was hype. Yo, I appreciate you, Thrills. I appreciate you being here. Thank you. Arden, what's up, man? What's up? Oh, Madara's voice actor is Moro. I mean, we can't go wrong. Do you feel like the alien invading trope has become a bit old? I feel like if One Piece had a sequel, it will involve aliens. It's kind of like it's just an easy layup way to expand the series. I don't think Oda has to do the aliens invading thing, considering just how we're coming from the ancient kingdom and having monsters like the Seraphim. And I think in 50 to 70 to 100 years, how much society is going to advance is going to be beyond our wildest imaginations as far as the One Piece world is concerned, because information has been at such a premium for the world. Once everything is opened up, we're going to advance rapidly, right? And I think it may get to a point. And in One Piece we have aliens already, and so we're gonna get to a point where like I think devil fruits may become like one of those things that's kind of a figment of the past. You know what I'm saying? Because of how much technology's advanced. It's kind of similar to AOT, where AOT didn't necessarily do the alien thing, but like the world kind of caught up to the Titans, right? So, you know, we will there are a bunch of ways to do it. How Madulo did it, I think is great. You know, the alien thing, it feels weird at first. I'm like, all right, what are we doing? But they brought it together really well. I say that. Maybe NL come back in a sequel. I don't. This is not a hot take. I don't think NL has enough cachet to come back and carry a post One Piece series by himself. I don't think so. I don't think NL has enough to do that because we got to be bigger. Not bigger. We just got to be better. I think NL can come back and have an impact, but you know, your young Ivy with the 5 get to. Yo, appreciate you, young Ivy. Nah, not at all, man. Didn't forget about my guys. What I gotta ask y'all though, because it's a very jam-packed anime season. I gotta watch Sentence to Be a Hero as well. What has been y'all favorite? What's y'all favorite manga right now? Favorite anime right now? I know we got to get to the chapter, but I didn't stream last week. Hey man, it is what it is. We gonna get there. We gonna get chapter not going nowhere. All right. What's y'all favorite manga and anime right now? Or yeah, yo, I gotta upload those. I got like those last chapters. I gotta upload them. I'm uploading this weekend. I'm uploading my last JJK reaction, my catch up chapters this weekend. JJK Kagurabachi. Honestly, prequel. I mean, I think a prequel is definitely happening. One Punch Man, Kagurabachi, JJK Madulo. Okay. Damn, Bachi going stupid. Okay, I'll say this, right? A lot of people loving Bachi right now. And Bachi, I haven't read a new chapter, but Bachi feels like it's going time skip, or we're gonna take a quick. We're going somewhere because of where we are right now. We're doing Sakamoto. I mean Sakamoto Days. I'm not caught up yet, but I love me some Sakamoto Days. JJK season 3. JJK for the anime. Nah, Kagurabachi, like it's swordsmanship done right. Behind the most anime, I'm enjoying Kagurabachi. Damn. All right, we need the anime. We need the anime, y'all. We need the anime for Bachi. Because how many people say they're loving Bachi right now? We need the anime. Fire Force anime. I only watched like a few episodes of Fire Force. I haven't heard about that. I haven't heard about Kenichi coming back. Yeah, I mean, it's the next big thing. It's the next big thing. It has all the components for a successful manga, a successful anime. So if they just do the anime right, hella Bachi cosplays at the next convention. Favorite manga manhwa is hard when I read so many. Favorite anime is Frieren. I okay, based on I haven't watched the most recent episodes for this season so far, but if I had to rank them, one would be Frieren. I don't know, Frieren just makes me feel good. Two would be JJK. Three would probably be Sentenced to Be a Hero. Um, I guess Hell's Paradise comes up after that. Oh, oh, Arden, I watched Cyberpunk after the fact. I watched all of Cyberpunk on Patreon. Cyberpunk Edge Runners is fantastic. 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 I mean, we're at an interesting spot because we do have like manga, I mean, but it's like I mean, because Sakamoto, Madulo, Bachi, those are three that I read as well. But like, what's next though? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it just Bachi and everybody else? Because we got the Sakamoto Days anime. You know that fell flat. Madulo is just just a continuation of JJK. Bachi is it just Bachi? Is it just Bocce that we're kind of depending on to carry the mantle? Is there anything else? Do we have any other manga that's like, yo, next up? I've heard about Centuria. That's some that actually that was on the poll as far as next manga to read. But Trojan X won, so Trojan X is going to be the next catch up for us. I'm just like, I feel like JJK hate this season with the anime. Breezy. I saw some weird disdain for the Maki episode, and honestly, this is a situation where people are spoiled, right? Where things get to a point where it's so good, I'm like, what the hell are y'all talking about? People complaining about this, complaining about that. I'm like, bro, y'all are tripping, just tripping. Like niggas complain about anything, bro. Niggas complain about One Piece. It's over animated. It's too flashy. Then they complain about Sakamoto. It's too basic. Complain about JJK. It's too many references to Western. What? I'm like, bro, do you want a good anime or not? And then you complain about One Punch Man just being ass. I don't know, bro. I don't get it. But you're right. I think Rage Bait probably gets the likes and the engagement. So it's probably better to just shit on something or have a contrarian opinion on Twitter. But I mean, I didn't see a lot of it just because I haven't been on Twitter like that. And honestly, I don't, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I'll be so quick to block or I'm like not interested in this post. If it's somebody just unnecessarily hating or see, I'm like, I'm cool. I'm cool. I don't want to see you on my timeline again. The NBA trade deadline. I mean, the person that I thought was gonna get traded the most didn't get traded. It's Giannis. And in general, I feel like with the NBA, it feels like I know the NBA trade deadline is always crazy, but the NBA is starting to feel very shallow, meaning like because of how quickly players can just like jump from team to team, it's just like you don't have a lot to hold on to. Like as soon as you start rooting for this team, this player, then he's like, I'm unhappy, blah blah blah. Then I gotta go. And it's like, I don't know. I'm not saying like they should be tied to these franchises, but even James Harden, I feel like it'd be too easy. It'd be too easy for them to like ask out of it. I'm like, bro, just like that. I don't know. I don't know. And Giannis, I mean, you can tell Giannis don't want to be in Milwaukee, but bro, like, yeah, I'm tired. I'm tired of James Harden. Even the AD trade, I'm like, what are we doing? It all just feels super random. I don't know. I don't know. I'm like, it was so random. I was like checked out. I'm like, all right, bro, y'all got it. What? And then the NBA and first round picks are so devalued, right? The NBA is so devalued that like, or first round picks are so devalued that you get to a point where niggas asking for 5 first round picks. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I saw Giannis posted a Wolf of Wall Street pick. When I'm like, you wanted to leave. Is that like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. We'll see what the NBA does. I think it's at a very interesting spot. I'm kind of checked out. But that's just me. It seems to be a lot of interest still. But I'm just kind of like, I don't know. Like it just it's kind of ridiculous. Yeah, James Harden. With James Harden, I'll be honest, bro. I've been tired of James Harden. I've been tired of James Harden and his gimmick. Uh where the Clippers are now playing well. Now you want out because of your contract, and it's just like I saw. Was it Donovan Mitchell said, James Harden brings a lot of experience in the playoffs, and he's been to the finals. Huh? That's not what James Harden is bringing. All right, that is not what James Harden is bringing to the Cavs. Like, that is insane. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it's just. So, oh, your Wizards? You like the Wizards? I mean, I'm close. I go to some Wizards games. You know, I don't know. No, Harden has been to the finals, but like, are we really crediting James Harden? All right. I don't know, bro. I think that here's the thing. Oh, Heavenly, my bad. You did. Yo, Heavenly King with the 39 months. I appreciate you, my boy. So, Braga, listen, Kenichi's getting a sequel. Kenichi 21, so we got to get a Kenichi Earth's Midas. I've never watched or read Kenichi. Is it that good? If it's that good, I'll do some binges. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Wizard tickets are not that expensive. Uh Little Mama, what's happening, man? Bob, we gotta chop it up, bro. We gotta chop it. I gotta pull up on the guys, man. I ain't talked to the guys in a little minute. Yeah, that OKC, that was how long ago was that? We in 2026. Was that 14 years? Nah. Nah, I mean, I think Harden changed the game. Funny enough, Harden changed the game, but like he's just one of those players that I think he's fun to watch, but you know what he comes with. He sells tickets. He's not gonna get you to the finals. He's not you know, the final thing that's gonna put you over the top. As far as so far in his career. Hey, I appreciate you, little mama. I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm good, bro. I was just out the way for a little minute. Do you think LeBron leaving the Lakers this summer? I mean, I saw that Bryce is about to redshirt. So I don't think LeBron should leave the Lakers. I mean, when I see some of the top players that I grew up loving just hopping from team to team to team like mercenaries. Chris Paul did it towards the end. Melo did a little bit of it. AD is hopping around a little bit now. KD's hopping around. I don't know, Russell Westbrook. I'm just like LeBron, like you've basically chosen everywhere you've gone to. I think if he goes to another team, at the end of his career, if he wants to wait it out for Bryce to join the league or whatever, it's gonna turn into that. He's just gonna be somebody that teams just keep trading more and more and more. And you don't want to see LeBron like that. So, you know. Um, I think we've used up all our yap time. I think it's time to read the chapter. One Piece chapter 1173, A Generation of Warriors. Um, bro, isn't that sad? Yo, we should do it. It should be a documentary on because I don't know if people forget. I don't know if people remember. KD, Westbrook, and Harden back in 2012, based on the run that they had in the playoffs, niggas said that they would run off 3 or 4 titles. Niggas said they were the future. They about to become a dynasty. That's what Serge Ibaka, like they had the run with, and again, niggas got to go back and look at the teams they beat in 2012, right? And to see now that all three have kind of become players that's like kind of hopped around in their career. That's crazy. You really never know. I think one of the realest quotes, I'm about to get to chapter right now. One of the realest quotes we had, I think it was from it's from Dan Campbell from Detroit, where they lost in the NFC Championship. And then he said, "Yo, it's gonna be harder to get back here, and we might not ever get back here because you never know what could happen, bro. The Lions didn't make the playoffs. That's just tough. Yeah, the Lakers, Dallas, San Antonio, and then they went up 1-0 on the Heat, I believe. They went up 1-0 on the Heat. I think Katie had a great closeout to that game. And after that game one in 2012, niggas is like, it's over. It's over for the league. The Heat can't beat them. It's over for the league. And I'd bet on the Heat, so like, I heard the brunt of it. Yo, Antoine, appreciate you joining Family, my guy. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, nah. It was, I mean, they were dominant. They were dominant. Up to that game one, going into game two, it was like LeBron's career is over. KD's now the best player in the league. Da 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 da. The Heat are a failure. LeBron is ass. Da 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 da. Man, that was a crazy time. I was like, damn, LeBron might be cooked. Well, things change. All right. Here we go. One Piece chapter 1173. Somebody's asking, how did I feel about 1172? I thought 1172 was good. It was clearly a recap chapter in 1172. But I think it was necessary, right? It was needed. So I think with 1172, it gave us a update where people are, what are the plans, where we're gonna be. So I think I enjoyed 1172. Standard setup. I mean, I think we expected that for the most part. It's after such a long break, we went away from the main story for so long. Yeah, bro. Let's get a quick recap. Here we go. 1173, a generation of warriors. Not sure what route this is gonna go, but let's do it. Cover request by Sato. Usopp covering his nose with honey as a lure to catch a rhinoceros beetle. I'm not gonna cap. This don't seem like a good idea, but you know, I guess. I suppose. All right, let's get it. He said sus. I guess, bro. I'm like, whose idea was this? I mean, at least he's using his nose and not, you know. All right. Okay. The demonic army advances. Kill Yarul. Oh, I guess back to real quick with 1172 because I didn't mean to get into it. How do you feel about the Yarul gas from last chapter? I mean, the speech was epic. But how do we feel about the Yarul gas? It's a weird cover request, but I guess it would have been weirder. Bro, my conspiracy is Oda really doesn't get cover requests. This is just Oda making up names and then just drawing the shit that he wants to draw. It said 3 centuries ago, he was the strongest man on the sea. That's what it says in the Viz. 3 centuries ago, he was the strongest man on this sea. The hell that mean? You see how things said how nuanced? He was the strongest man on this sea. Th- this sea, their sea, this sea meaning like the seas of Elbaf. You know, but all right. But this is 3 centuries ago, so you know. But it was cool. It was cool to add some like credence to Yaru because people have been kind of crapping on him. I, I was one of them. I was one of them. They need something. Like Giants should get that acclaim. Here's something though. Here's something I've been thinking about, bro. When the heck did Big Mom approach Loki about Lola? Or was it? Or when was? But also, I'm thinking like, if Big Mom had gotten Loki, yo, I ain't gonna cap, right? Big Mom is the ultimate what if pirate. Cause one, if Big Mom had gotten Kaido's Devil Fruit and gave it to Katakuri, that's a different ball game. Two, if Big Mom had gotten Loki as a part of her army, like it's a lot there with Big Mom that just like she just like I was so close every single time. Damn. Hmm. Yeah, I mean Giant stocks at all time high. We're in Elbaf, so it makes sense, right? It makes sense. All right. Let's figure out what Zora's plan is. Okay. Here we go. Dory Brogy, it's unthinkable to see you like this. Okay, this paneling is kind of whoa. All right. Hey, did you finish your quest to unite all the giants of the world? Yeah, right. By now they have to know that's never going to happen. Yeah. What's this plan of yours, Roronoa? First things first, is it okay if I cut those guys down? Okay, hold on. All right, hold on. What? Okay. I'm rusty. Hold on. Okay, kill Yarul. Dory Brogy, it's unthinkable to see you like this. What's this plan of yours, Roronoa? First things first, is it okay if I cut these guys down? It is, but we're up against the entire giant warrior crew. Saving El Yarl is our top priority, but those warriors have all earned our respect. Try to spare their pride, at least. Harridan, Stanson, we've been spotted. Don't let them surround us. Okay, let me go over there. Hey, did you finish your quest to unite all the giants of the world? Yeah, right. By now, they have to know that that's never going to happen. Go for it, Roa Noah. Okay, brothers. You got it. I see. You won't get trapped between them if you approach from above. Digga. Clever move. What the fuck? What's Zoro? Captain Levi? I said Hirunden couldn't even take care of those two random giants. Okay, man. Bro, let him. Yo, Hirunden just got to grow up a little bit. He's getting there. He's going to get there. Just give him time. He's going to get there. Okay. Stanson, let's circle around them from the sides. Roger that, Hirunden. Above us, that puny human. 3 stored styles. Secret technique. Crossing of the 6 paths. That's Roronoa for you. Dory, Brogy. Unbelievable. They said mid-looking attacks. You know Tori's going to get. I'm not sure the secret technique crossing of the 6 paths. Yo, we've gotten to a point. We've gotten to a point where it's like it's just a Zoro. It's just a Zoro fest. It's Zoro and the guys. It's just Zoro and the guys. But I'm trying to like. I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so what did he? What did he do? How did he make them attack each other? Did it just miss? Every technique is a secret. Yo, I know Caster would be pissed. I mean, he's not wrong, but it's like Zoro dodged, they slashed each other. Was that the plan? That was Zoro's plan, just vibes. Oh no, huh? Dory, Brogy, Chiefs. Okay. Okay, wait. What is happening? Okay, okay. I think Zoro's plan was to get his shit off. I think Zoro's plan was to just get his shit off, his secret technique. That was it. Whatever happened, happened. Yo, whatever it is, it is. Yo, I got a plan, bro. I got a plan. Yeah, attacking from above. Okay. Um, I don't know. Is this maybe it's because it's TCU? This is a little confusing. Secret technique, causing the six paths. Fodder gets packed up. Dory Brogy. He calls out to them. They go for the attack. Then they slash each other. Can't they regen? They can regen though, right? So that doesn't matter. Yeah. Oh, did he do his attack? Did he slash the air to kind of move to get out the way? And then yeah, I guess he knocked himself back. Okay. And then they attacked each other. Now he's is he on the ground? So he's still midair. Hold on. Okay. This is a little better. But what did wait, but what is Zoro reacting to? Are they attacking him again because he's still in the air? And then Yaru says Dory and Brogy, and then did they get slashed by something? I guess Yaru attacked them. I can't wait, but he's surprised they slashed each other. But I thought y'all said that was his plan. I don't know. Are they okay? Okay, okay, okay. I guess if I had to guess, the plan was to attack from above. He attacked them, he had dodged them, and then after even slashing each other, they're still moving like nothing happened. So his reaction is just like, huh? I thought that would at least slow him down, but it didn't. But now he's vulnerable because he's falling in the air. And now Yarul, I'm assuming Yarul attacks Dorian Brogy because it looks like they got slashed, right? Yeah, I mean, in 4 years we'll see what exactly is going on. But that's what I'm gonna think. I think he's reacting to the fact that they they reacted quickly, right? Like they just slashed each other, and he's expecting, oh, they're about to be down for a little bit, and they just kind of brushed it off, and then now they're attacking him again. And I think Yarul did something to save him. He's saying Dorian Brogan because they actually hurt each other. Wait, hold on. Okay. What is Zoro reacting to? Is he reacting to just like how they basically cut each other apart without even thinking about it? Yeah, Yao doesn't do anything. He's just calling out to them. And then we see the reaction after the fact. Yeah, Zoro's like, what the hell is going on? It was like they cut each other without even thinking about it. Yeah. Okay. So that's what happened. Zoro goes up in the air, cuts fodder. He's still there. They go after him. He dodges. They slash each other. I think how they basically cut each other down without even thinking about it. He's like, huh? And then Yaru was worried about them, and I guess that's the end of them. You know? Okay. Um, Brook, Branch 8, Brook's location. Princess Shuri. You there? Are you Princess Shuri? I can't see. How could you possibly be her? I'm certain it's impossible. But it's hard to deny you're her. But it's hard to deny you're her spitting image. So I have to make sure. Even if you aren't a princess, surely you must be of her blood. If the princess were alive today, she'd be nearing 80 by now. Of course, she wouldn't recognize me, given how much I've changed. And yet, those features, the blue hair, the mismatched eye color, and a connection to the Holy Land. Plus, you're fond of my music too, aren't you? Every single detail is a perfect match. Princess Shuri. Mismatch eye color. I'd hoped I'd go the rest of my life without ever having to think about you again. I owed everyone to the man whose life you took. My patricital princess. Oh. Oh? Wait, so it's not fond memories? Mm. Probably killed the king? But why is she fond of Brook? It seems like she was fond of Brook. Yeah, something fishy going on. Hmm. It got to be something else. Yeah. I don't think. I think Brooke saw something and he didn't know exactly what was going on, but she was probably controlled killing the king. And so maybe in their kingdom, what was supposed to happen to Loki as far as being blamed for killing Harold got it happened to Shuri. But all Brook saw was her killing her dad. So that's the last thing he remembers, but they probably had a relationship before then. So in her mind, all she probably remembers is the fond times with Brook. She doesn't remember what happened after the fact. Mm. So it's like a weird relationship now where like he's like, yo, you a king killer. And she's like, oh my God, Brook, what happened? Ah, Gonko, are thy memories beginning to return? And something we have to kind of keep in mind, right? Because it's interesting. Emu, it seems like Emu couldn't see through Harold, even though he was controlling Harold, right? So, and then Emu he can't tap into memories because even with Harold being controlled, he did not know that Loki existed on Elbaf. So I guess her reactions is he's like just asking, are your memories beginning to return? Or is it different when Emu is inhabiting the body? Brook, you have to run. Huh? Look, it's wiggling. Oh. I'm free, Gunko. Thou attemptest to move of thine own will? Brook, drat, my leg got stuck again. Why did you tell me to run? I came to settle this matter. Now, who are you? What the fuck? I mean, what the heck? Shut thy mouth. Who art thou to Gunko? Yo, I don't. Hey, here's one thing about Brook, right? When Brook mad, when he locks in, bro, yo, if it comes out that Brook has conquers hockey, I don't know what. What? Brook and Brook clashing with Emu, and Brook is blocking it. I don't. I think the more we see sometimes in One Piece, it's like I don't know what. But Brook, here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? We did talk about Brook being able to influence the powers of the soul when it came to like Emu, etc. But we didn't think it would happen in a straight on clash. The crazy part is Emu clashing with Brook probably is going to be worse for Emu controlling Gunko because that's the Soul King. This might be a terrible matchup for Emu's control. I ain't gonna lie, man. W's for Brook. W's for Brook. I mean, we already know he has an MVP on his belt, right? He has an MVP under his belt. So I mean, W's, bro. W's. Yeah, it's like Brook versus Big Mom, where it's like he steps up when it's time, bro. More often than not, Brook's gonna step up when it's time. Ah, we leaving it. Usopp's group. We're finally free. My mind powers did the trick, you see? The arrows came loose for a moment. What happened? Robin's restraints are different. We have to get these thorns off her. Forget me, Nami. Focus on the children. I saw Anj slip away earlier, but I doubt she'll make it in time. West Village is way too far. Nami Swan! Keep moving, you brats. The finish line is just over there. You're one of the demons Elder Yarrow mentioned, aren't you? We'll make you pay for this. Elbaf is really strong. You'll see. Moron. We know all about how strong giants are. That's why we're after you. You're Gaban's kids, right? I'd shut up and unwrap these thorns if I were you. Yeah, let us go. I dare you to face us like a warrior. You're a real hoot. It's way too late for that. Brook for the strongest straw hat. Just Jordan for yo. Appreciate you, Brook. Soul King Brook. Um. All right. I'm not gonna crap on Usopp too much. I don't want to, but I think my expectations for Usopp aren't as high as like a lot of the Usopp guys. A lot of the Usopp guys are hoping for, you know, I think greater things than is possible. Right. That's right. So for me, all I need Usopp to do, just save somebody, shoot a cool like fiery bullet or some shit. I don't expect too much out of Usopp, guys. I don't. And I think we gotta start accepting Usopp for what he is. He is moderate support. Moderate support, comedy relief, and he brings the team together. Like people want Usopp to be this thing. Here's the thing: Usopp's legend is going to be better than he ever was, and that's okay. A lot of One Piece characters are like that, right? Where the legend of what they are or what they were is greater than what they actually were. That's what Usopp is going to be. Usopp is 1000% going to get a cool moment in Elbaf. Now, will Usopp's moment trump Brook blocking a seemingly conqueror's hockey infused attack from Emu controlling Gunko's body? I don't know. I don't know. But, you keep Usopp around, man. Cole said he thinks Usopp is going to have conquerors. You know what we're slowly approaching? We're slowly approaching the point where conquerors is starting to lose its luster. And this isn't just about Usopp, but like if Usopp gets conquerors hockey, it's like, whoa, okay. But it's not like, oh my God, I did not see this coming. But then it's like, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. But I don't think we should down Usopp for what he is. He's gonna come through clutch at some point. It's just that we expect him. I think people try to place him on this weird level with some of the other straw hats. I'm like, yo, he's not there. He doesn't have the facilities for that. So I don't know, man. Yo, and then Sanji. Summer says it's too late for that. Okay, look, I can already see the harbor. Say goodbye to your homeland. This is the last time you'll ever see it. Here's my thing. Why they still got these little niggas walking? Put an arrow under their feet and slide these niggas to the ship. We got all this going on. Slide these little niggas to the ship. Why we still got them strolling and trotting along? Why they just slowly marching? Sommer's next to them. I guess they're confident that nobody can oppose them. So it's like whatever. We're just gonna have them march to the ship. But all right. What? No way. You mean I'll never see Ma and Pa again? I don't want that. Someone help us. Hello, great one. Killingham and I are about to complete our task. I'm dying to go home already, but do you have any more bidding for me to attend to first? Colin, Ilva, Olaf, how'd they get here? Weren't the dream demons meant to stop them? Mommy! It's my mom and the others. Grandpa Oimo. Wait, above you. Watch out. It's Nika, the god of destruction. Ooh. Let's see. Thinks Usopp conquering his sphere constantly will make him a conqueror. I think that's what the character is meant to be. I mean, um, Usopp conquering his sphere to make him a conqueror. I don't know. Maybe. But Nika, the god of destruction, this looks pretty cool. I like this a lot. I like this a lot. But this is just how Elbaf sees the god sees Nika. Because you got to think about it, yo. I mentioned this before, but all Nika is, well, Luffy's version of Nika is an embodiment or idea, an idea coming to life, right? A want, a severe want that the people needed a hero, a savior, somebody that can bring peace and joy to them based on everything they were going through. For Nika, for Elbaf, and what the Giants were, we got to think about more Giants in the vein of young Harold and what he used to be. They weren't nice people, right? They were all about war, all about destruction. So when they wanted something and when they thought of Anika, this is what they thought of: a god of destruction. This is what it is to them. So, in my opinion, there should be a devil fruit that has this version of Nika, right? Should be. 1000% should be. I don't know if this Nika is bad. This is just the nature of the Giants. Like, this is great to them. A warrior that can destroy. You know what I'm saying? And this is what this is what they wish for. Especially if they were being, uh cut down and mangled by humans. This is they're wishing for somebody that can destroy the world, or destroy the humans. So all devil fruits are is just like what based on what Vegapunk said, it's just wishes. It's just people wishing for something, and it came true, came to life. This is move my King Bond. We mean he's not bad. What I mean is, like, to them, it's not really bad. It's just like it could be retaliation, right? It's just retaliation for what they felt like they were experiencing. And in Elbaf culture, giant history, fighting, wars, all that stuff, it's just like that's just how it go. Mom, everyone run from this, Nika. Don't be silly. You're underestimating us. We come from a generation. I know. Why does Nika look like a look like if Saul had aura? We come from a generation of warriors. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. All right, Elbaf Warriors. Not bad. Not bad. From this nigga? Don't be silly. That's crazy. They said from this nigga? Don't be crazy. Don't be silly. They're so strong. Hey guys, the kids are there. We won't make it even if we sprint. Let's do it, Goldberg. Right. 2 generals. Wait, let me join in. I'd save you, little bro. 3 generals. Gokoku sovereignty. um okay. Hey, back off before you crush me. Nah, this thing destroyed the ship. Oh shit. The game takes an unexpected turn. Hmm. All right. I mean, once we get new information, we're allowed to change our mind, okay? I, Giants are better than we thought, I guess. Is Somers like a perpetual fuck up? He said, oh shit. No, I don't think Big Mom's wrong. All right, bro. We said it before. The average giant is gonna be stronger than the average soldier. It's just when you start getting up, like the funnel, it closes quickly. When you start comparing like the average giant, like they're really strong. But once you start getting towards the top, it's way less like super powerful giants. Um Some are too old to be messing up like this. You know, I agree. But like it's a game. Like sometimes the game things happen in a game, right? You gotta adjust. Like if it wasn't being treated as a game, it'd be more sense of urgency. But they're just like letting things happen. Yo, Benz, appreciate it. 27 months. I appreciate you, my guy. Um, yeah, this weekend. This weekend. We back in February. Some more BS videos for sure. In February, I got you. Not gonna lie, with how incompetent the world government and their fighters are, I wonder how incompetent the rest of the world was until now. Emu carries the world government. it's kind of like for the world government, they're not blowing everybody out, but they come out with the W one way or the other. Right? That's what they've been doing all these years, where they have the facilities to blow these teams out, but they just figure out a way, they get in their own way, but they end up with a W at the end of the day. And I think that's what matters. But that's why they keep adding to their um they keep adding to their stable, because they understand that things can happen, and more often than not, things are going to happen against them, especially when it comes to like certain people like the Giants. So, um, and like I said, we got to put it in perspective. If Luffy and the Straw Hats aren't here, this is a walk. This is an easy W, right? Like if Luffy and the Straw Hats aren't here, they walk away with this easy. Think about Luffy and the Straw Hats and how much they've changed the trajectory of the world. Even in Thriller Bark, right? It's over. It's done. It's done in Thriller Bark. It's no chance. Marineford? Dressrosa? Amazon, not Amazon, bro, all these different places, Alabasta, all these different places, if the Straw Hats are not there, it's easy dubs. Egghead? So, like, yeah, I think the world government, they come off as incompetent, but in general, it's the Straw Hats. They turn the tide more often than not. The world government, they have all these things accounted for, but the Straw Hats, they come through clutch. They figure some shit out. Bro, Marineford was over. Whitebeard was done. The Whitebeard pirates were dead in the water. It was over for them. Then you add Luffy, Jinbei, Crocodile. You add a bunch of these guys that had like key roles, and then basically because Luffy's there, it turns Boa Hancock against them. It's like so many different things, right? Only time they was washed against Kuma. But the thing is, Kuma only helped them because there were Straw Hats. Even Sabaody. Sabaody's done. It's done in Sabaody. So I think it's more. I agree. The world government, they come across as incompetent sometimes, but I think we should give, it's more of the Straw Hats getting credit. We should give the Straw Hats credit more than, bro. It's three of them. Three God Knights. Three God Knights. Three. Even Emmett showing up. It's like, a lot of unfortunate events happening. This is just one of them. But the Straw Hats, they're changing the world. Give credit to the Marines more than anything. I mean, I agree. I mean, but the Marines, they're the fighting force for the world government, So yeah, yeah, exactly. That Emmett only happened because Luffy was there to go Gear 5 for him to awaken. Like, bro, any slobby? Like bro, it's done. So shout out to the Strides. Bro, Wano. Dog, Wano? I don't care what. Listen, I don't care whatever the hell they was about to do in Wano. They were not getting very far without Luffy. bro, even when the world government, they take insane precautions and they send an entire like Buster Call plus to Egghead to try to stop things. Still don't work. It still don't work. Bro, it's just, the Straw Hats are awesome. That's just what it is, cut and dry. The Straw Hats are awesome. Now, I you said I feel kind of bad for them now. I mean, bro, it's just the Straw Hats are changing the game. You think three God Knights could solo Elbaf as Loki was king? No, but I think it's a different conversation if Shamrock is there. Because once you are able to bring Elbaf to his knees with the three, and let's just Shamrock can box against Loki even for a little bit, after, if it's all four against Loki, I think they win because of how well their devil fruits work together. So, you know, Lucci becomes a holy knight. Bro, it's so with how much One Piece, how much world building and lore we have from One Piece. If we go past this story, I can see it where like we have a faction of people trying to um they try to recreate the celestial dragons. They're trying to bring that faction back, right? A bunch of like old celestial dragons of the past. They're trying to bring that faction back. It's a lot there. You said Shamrock doesn't move anything. I mean, I think I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. I think I'm willing to give Shamrock the benefit of the doubt. Unless people think Shanks didn't really stop Loki, then I'm willing to give Shamrock the benefit of the doubt that he can move something. Do we not think Shamrock? Okay, I mean, it depends on where people have Shamrock. I think Shamrock is between, like, around Admirals, if not beyond. So, now we need to see it for sure, but that's the projection. We said the same for Garling. Well, we still have not seen Garling. We saw a young Garling versus probably the strongest man in history in rocks. Mm, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like we gotta like add a lot of context to like some of these things, right? So I don't know how Garling walked in. How Garling walked in and talked to these boys. Jesse, what's happening? I just got done. I just got done, Jesse. How you been? Hope you been good. All Luffy needs to do is a hockey blast and send him back to Mary Joa. Garling was not alone though. He had other holy knights. I mean, bro, like those at that point, fodder don't matter. It's kind of like when people talk about Shanks getting jumped or Loki getting jumped by Shanks' crew. If you feel like Loki's that strong, those guys don't matter. Yeah, I mean, I feel like they hyped up Shamrock back then when they were both young, where it's like they kind of have similar potential. I'm just willing to bet on Shamrock to say if he was here, I don't think it's an easy fight for Loki. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he's stronger than Loki, but because Loki's insane, but yeah, Rocks. I mean, Rocks is, bro. Here's the thing, Ace Ones. I've been consistent with the God Knights because I'm not sure if y'all remember when the God Knights got introduced, people immediately put him over Admirals. Then people immediately put him over Kaido or on comparable with Kaido. People were gassing him. People were gassing them. Like, I'm not sure how Brook is going to fare fare against Gunkmu, right? I don't know how Brook is going to fare against Gunkmu, but I I don't know if this happens against Katakuri. All right, I don't I don't know if this happens. I don't know if this happens. Like I said, I like the God Knights. They're fine, but people just overestimated them. But well, people were wilding. People were wilding. Uh, Niggas is like, if Dragon said it, then it must be. But then still crap on Dragon. Niggas are called Dragon Weak, then uses Dragon words as evidence. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know how Brook fit. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, bro. If Brook catches a body here, if Brook catches a body here versus Gunkmu, some very uncomfortable conversations will be happening. Can we say Gunko is fighting inside to help Brook? Maybe. That's possible. Yeah, people said Saturn was stronger than Kaido, but people said Saturn was stronger than Kaido based on how the reaction was to Saturn's hockey. Which I'm like, this is kind of insane. Like, okay, let's just be honest. Oda gassed it. Oda gassed it, bro. When Saturn showed up, Jinbei's like, oh my God. Oda gassed it. Like, like Oda completely gassed Saturn's like introduction, but it's because the girls say, what? I Someone said they got to tone Brook down because he would be stealing Zoro's sauce. I think they can like hype Brook where he's like the more uh I want to say more efficient swordsman when it comes to sleight of hand. He's not nearly as powerful as Zoro, but as far as um I guess attacking weak spots and being able to use somebody's strength against him. I think there are different ways to make Brook really powerful in a different way other than Zoro. Like you don't have to. I think that's a way you can really highlight different sword styles if they want to do that. But it's just one of those things that isn't really a focus. Rico Rico boy, Jordan Famo. Yeah, more finesse. Yes, more finesse. No, I do think Brook could be a bad matchup for Emu though. I do think it could be a bad matchup, but you know, people not gonna mention that. That's not gonna matter. All it's gonna say is Brook beat Gunko with Emu in his body. It's like the problem is we a Yonko crew now, so they can't be getting scared off no more. I don't think that matters. I think being a Yonko crew means something, but most Yonko crews are top heavy. Let's be honest. I feel like people think Yonko crew and they assume like everybody on that crew should be devastating. No. Most of these Yonko crews are top heavy, bro. And people even still call members of like the elite fighting force for some of these Yonko call them trash. How often do people call Jack trash? How often? Niggas don't care about Snack. Niggas shit on Cracker. Niggas call Queen a dumbass. So I think at the end of the day, there's gonna be, even with us being a Yonko crew, I think being a Yonko crew is more about experience and competence, right? It's just like they're gonna have some weak links. like Big Mom's crew, right? I think Big Mom has an insanely well-rounded crew. Still fell apart. It still fell apart because somebody found out that Sanji was out of his bed, and then they went in Sanji's bed and went to sleep. Instead of alerting everyone that Sanji was out of the bed, they got in Sanji's bed and went to sleep. Like, for real. I, I'm just saying, Brook being mid in people's eyes or Usopp, that's okay because of how top heavy the Straw Hats are. And I don't understand that people are still saying this while still wanting Loki to join the crew and Yamato to join the crew. And bro, what? Who are we fighting? I'm just saying. It's gonna be incompetent people on every crew in every organization. Somebody that drops the ball. It's just, it's just gonna be like that. So I don't think we could look at it like, yo, we're a Yonko crew now. Now everybody messes up. But I mean that makes for good story. Big Mom's crew was mid. Big Mom's crew had like it has so much versatility, but Big Mom was the biggest problem because they spent so much resources to try to kind of stop Big Mom. I don't know. No top tier. Yeah, I don't think Loki should join the crew at all. At all. At all. I think Loki should go start his own shit. I've been saying that. Loki go start his own thing. Not necessarily against the Straw Hats, but not with them either. Like he's gonna fight against Emu because of what he did to his dad, but he's not like, yo, he got the Straw Hat tramp stamp. Like, nah. Yeah, Big Mom have an insane crew. But it's still a crazy what if for her. But it's like, you know how much more powerful she would be if a couple things shook her way? She probably would be the pirate king, pirate queen, whatever. Yeah, I think he should go alone, go pick up some other giants. Don't yeah, he don't need to be with the strides. He way too lit for that. Yeah. But that's kind of like the trade-off though, right, Matt? She would be the greatest pirate if she wasn't a dumbass, but would she be Big Mom if she wasn't a dumbass? Well, like meaning would she have that insane strength and all that if she didn't have the trade-off of not being that smart? I mean, I was never for Law being a straw hat. I hated that idea. Law's too lit to be a straw hat. Carrot, I didn't mind. Yamato, I would like Yamato to sail with the crew, not to be a member of the crew, but to sail with the crew for experience and how what she lived her entire life seeing versus the contrast. I think that would be interesting. And kind of see and kind of seeing the journey of Yamato finding herself. I would like to see Yamato kind of figuring out what she wants as opposed to just like following in Odin's footsteps. Yeah, I think Loki should take over the new giant pirates because one thing for a fact, Loki's not going to rule Elbaf. I don't think Loki's going to take over that mantle by being the king of Elbaf. That's going to be Hiruden. Loki's going to be out here doing his own thing. Yeah, I don't know if Yamato. I think Yamato just became annoying because it was just, nothing felt original. But I like Yamato. I do. Java could still be the hub. Could have each no facts. Or the fun with Big Mom's IQ because he constantly said she. Yeah, she had the crazy intel network. Yeah, I mean, I think that's just part of Oda like saying something and then completely flipping it on his head because that's just what people say. And I think we got to look at the One Piece world that way, where it's like, no matter what people say, what's the actual truth? Big Mama has this insane intel network, but like, so many things go past her. So matchups only matter when it benefits the Straw Hats. Maybe, maybe. Um, yeah, but a lot of things benefit the Straw Hats. You know, they're the heroes of the story. Yeah, all the Yonko are really strong. I agree with that. They miss. There's one thing that would make them perfect, you know, or things that would make them perfect, and it's like that's why it's a deadlock. What if Loki joins Blackbeard? That's too OP. That's way too OP. That's way too OP. Um, if is One Piece power scaling becoming fairy tale? Um, I don't think it can ever get to fairy tale levels when it comes to power scaling. Like, hold on. I don't know how many people watched Fairy Tale, but like, I'm trying to think of an equivalent. Or this is how it felt when Natsu going into the GMG, the twin Natsu felt like I wasn't sure if he was stronger than Sting. All right, I wasn't sure. I'm trying to remember exactly, but I wasn't sure. Okay, and now we get a what's the equivalent here? I don't know. All I'm saying is there's no way the things that happen in Fairy Tale. Let me not say there's no way. Let me not say there's no way. Right, Heavenly King. I agree with you. Right, I agree with you. Right, but that's not how it felt going into GMG. That's not how it felt going into GMG. That was a shocker. You feel me? That was a shock. I'm like, Vaya, that shit was crazy. That shit was crazy. It was funny though, but that was crazy. I don't think that ever happens in One Piece. Like a 2v2, like Luffy and Blackbeard versus Emu and Loki, and then no, no, and then Luffy kicks Blackbeard, bodies him, and then fights. No, bro, no. Which two crew alliances do you think could beat the world government? Two crew alliances? I don't think two crew alliances could beat the world government. I don't think any two, to be honest. I think collectively a lot of us kind of just like somewhat just, dropped fairy tale a little bit. Just fell back. Scott said the thing is we as fans have a view of how strong pirates are and have for a while, but that view isn't Oda's view or never was. Um yeah. Yeah, I think like I said, if Oda came out with a top 30 tomorrow, most fans would be like, what the hell is he talking about? Fairytale went into hiatus for 7 years to let the world catch up, and they still had two teams minus Gildars, who was basically winning the Grand Magic games. To be fair, Zikor, they took a hiatus for 7 years, and then they immediately negated that with the whatever the hell they did to help them catch up, to have them get all the experience back that they missed for the last 7 years. It's just like Fairy Tail would take risks, and then they would just completely subvert it right after. The characters got cool new designs. Boom! Next episode they get a haircut. What? Love Fairy Tail though, man. It was a time. I think it's some of Oda's view. I think we said this time and time and time again. Oda and power scaling, that's not the focus. It's just about making things work. What works for this moment to happen? I think moments matter over power scaling for Oda. Right? Moments happen, right? Moments are like more important. So that Emu and so Gunko and Brook, we knew they were gonna have a moment. People are like, yo, Brook shouldn't be able to. So he wants that moment. Right? So think about all the moments that need to happen, even if it doesn't make sense, those moments matter to the story. So, you know, like when we had Bonnie and Saturn, Bonnie should, what? Based on Saturn's introduction, Kuma should be dead. We got Kuma punching Saturn. We got Bonnie punching Saturn. What the fuck? We got Bonnie using Gear 5. But her and Kuma see Nika for the first time. The moment, though. The moment is goated. But power scaling wise, what the fuck what's going on? Kuma's not dead? So, you know, the timeline's been roasting Oda? I did not know that. I did not know that. Now that's too far. That's way too far. Now there are things that like you can look at and you can say, all right now. But the moments always matter, bro. Like we always talk about the worst fight in One Piece, Kizaru versus Luffy, considering the stakes and considering like the history between them. However, Oda went for the moment. They had their moment when that initial clash. Damn. Years later, I'm stronger. Boom, here I am. But Oda wanted more of the moment of Kizaru accepting and realizing the shit that he did through that fight. That was more important to him than to show the epic Admiral versus Yonko matchup that we all wanted. So I think more often than not, if there's a moment possible in the story, think about how that moment can be prioritized. Right? So, for instance, right? You could think Shanks is tiers above Shamrock. Eventually, they're going to have to fight. More than likely, it's not going to be over. He's not going to overwhelm Shamrock. Like I always say, if Zoro and Sanji fight, you could think Zoro's tiers above Sanji. It would come down to the last blow. If it would. So, I think a lot of times with power scaling and things on paper, as far as how strong somebody should be, rarely matters once Oda's writing the story and he's trying to give us moments. So, I think sometimes you got to separate the top 30 on paper versus the top 30 based on story beats. What would actually happen? Based on story, Zoro and Sanji are right next to each other. Because if they fought, we know how Oda would write it. That's just how it is, bro. That's just how it is. Based on it's okay, these characters have the tools to be fantastic. But with Oda, nuance, the narrative, all these different things, those fights are going to be way closer than we expect. I mean, in Dragon Ball, we knew Goku would win, Vegeta would lose. I mean, Dragon Ball is a lot more cut and dry, but we watch Dragon Ball for something different. Oda has problems with it trying to say he can't write. I mean, you can't listen to people like that. People that are saying Oda can't write, it's like, okay, but there's no point in having a conversation. You can point out the flaws, but saying Oda can't write, it's, Sanji's third at best. Third at best at what? Early Fairy Tail wasn't that bad. What was I just thinking? Yeah, I was just thinking, there was something that fell off that felt like we've gotten used to. I'm trying to think of what that was. I feel like I don't. Did One Piece's quality go down? I don't know. I would say I would speak for me. I feel like my palette has gotten a lot different. Right? I feel like my palette has gotten a lot different. It's kind of evolved where man, I just want a little more now. I want something a little different. And watching a little more different things, it just serves me better than just like expecting everything from One Piece. Um Jesse, I feel like two bad bitches can coexist. Oda and Gege are both amazing. One just causes a lot of pain. And sometimes I need that. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I need that. Sometimes I'm hoping, Oda, make me suffer a little bit. We need that. Right? We the suffering, it but I think Oda found his stride, and I think Oda is less he's writing less catered um story. A less catered story because why should I cater to everyone? Right? Why should I do that? Even Gear 5, he talked about it, saying, I figured some people wouldn't like it, so. And I think Oda's in his soul era, where I think Elbaf is going to continue to be fantastical, where we might be like, it's too much shit going on. Can we get to shit that matters? I can see people saying that. I guarantee you, if Elbaf, um, by the end of it, people are going to say, well, the only great thing about Elbaf is a flashback. Right? So, I think it's just also the stark contrast of what the flashback is. And even some people didn't like the flashback. Some people felt like the flashback felt like a montage. Oda skipped a lot of important things. So it's just, you can't make everybody happy. I don't think One Piece is perfect, but, it's a lot to love. Reading Kagurabachi changed me. The actual manga that really did change me from how I critique or look at One Piece is Berserk. Berserk brought me pain, the pain that I wanted. That was okay. Yeah, I read Mojiro. Madulo. I read Madulo. I was saying it earlier, Caster. Madulo is um that's a sequel. I mean, that's a sequel, man. That's a sequel. That's how you do it. That's how you do it, man. That's how you do it. I'm not gonna spoil. I'm not gonna spoil, right? I'm not gonna spoil. But when you but when when you hey, all I'm saying is they go crazy. They go crazy. Hey man. Hey, man. They doing the damn thing in Madulo, bro. They doing the damn thing. I know people saying like just said we got 4 chapters left. They need to. Hey, the world is so. The world building has been so great in Madulo. You can really have an entire 300 chapter story with what's going on. And I went into the shit. I didn't have a lot of expectations. I was like, all right, let's see what's happening here. And then how they expanded this series. That's a sequel. That's how you do it. I think what this was, it was like a test. I think this is like we're gonna drip it out, see how people react to it. And if I'm being quite honest, if I'm comparing the recent chapters of Madulo versus like One Piece and even Kagurabachi, and it's probably been top 2, if not top 1, the last 2 or 3 chapters. It's up there with Bachi. It's up there with Bachi. Hell's Paradise? Hell's Paradise issue is I don't feel like it's focused enough. It's not focused enough. Hell's Paradise is not focused enough. I think for Hell's Paradise, um, it's not amazing at anything. It's just good. It's like pretty good at a lot of things, but it's not focused enough. It feels like a really good story, but it's just like, if anime wise at least, it falls short in so many areas. I'm like, all right, this is fine, this is cool, but I'm unmoved. So that's the unfortunate thing with Hell's Paradise. Like, it has, you can tell that's potential, but you know, yeah, I think where Madulo, I would say this, that shit, it escalated. It escalated really quickly with Madulo, especially with um the flashback, giving us the flashback, the backstories for some of the certain some new characters. You know, I think it maintains like a good level of mystery and tension, right? I think even the tension goes beyond just power scaling and fights, but actual politics, managing that, right? The conversation, or the um coexisting or coexistence between two worlds, species. But then even seeing this certain characters, and you automatically think of Sukuna. I'm like, is this the origin of this guy? So I'm like, we got a lot. We got a lot we can play with here. And because this is what Sukuna could be, the potential of what this could be is insane, but they're not prepared for this. But oh, wait, we have this guy who can't this. Listen, man. Listen. Listen. hey, hey, go read Madulo. Go read Madulo. If you like JJK, you're gonna like Madulo. All right. If you didn't like JJK, you're probably not gonna like Madulo. Yeah. We saw the thing is it's hella callbacks, bro. It's hella callbacks. Where I'm like, wait, is that? I'm not spoiling. I'm not spoiling. I'm not spoiling. I'm not spoiling. I was like, wait, is that him? Oh shit. And I'm like, wait, they brought him back? A little perverted. Okay. But if they continue Madulo and it keeps up this level of quality, it it's you know, like I said, I think One Piece is always gonna trump most, right? Always gonna trump most because of the sheer popularity of it. And once One Piece gets more focused, where the players that are involved are people that we truly care about, then it's like, we're kind of cooking with gas. Um but like Oda's hear what Oda's doing in this chapter, right? What Oda's trying to do in this chapter is he's giving relevance to the Giants. I think Oda realizes how much we shit on the Giants. There's no way he doesn't. Giving relevance to them, you know? But it's like at the end of the day, there's only so much we're gonna care about these damn Giants. Madulo better than Boruto is next gen. I haven't read Boruto. I've only watched like 6 episodes of the anime, and all I say is the clamor that I've heard about Madulo, I've never heard about Boruto. I've heard some people like, Boruto is actually pretty good. No, Madulo is gas. Okay, it's gas. So they said the speech bubbles are so long with random explanations. I mean, but that's JJK though. That's JJK. Was Elbaf is over, the Giants will go back to being fodder. Yeah. Yeah, I did. I did. Somebody did bring that to my attention, the villain that they brought back. Yep. Yep. What to rate this chapter? I mean, it's tough with like I said, One Piece chapters, honestly be I kinda it's kinda hard to rate them because it's not just about the chapter for me anymore. It's about the experience, the conversation after, what it could lead to, you know. So I feel like this chapter was, if it's like good, fine, great, amazing, spectacular. Honestly, this is fine. This is fine. Um, I think it depends on what you care about here, right? Because the great thing about this chapter for me was Brook. That entire Brook sequence was great. Was really great. So I really enjoyed that. I think in general, after the Brook sequence, when we get to Usopp, what's going on there? The Straw Hats getting free. Somers and the ship and Giant Nika. It's fine. The Brook part is gas pack, right? But I don't know. I just typically love Brook moments because because of the contrast, and when Brook locks in, typically he goes crazy. So actions are great. So fine, great, awesome, spectacular. It was great. It was great. That Brook stuff is pretty damn good. And it kind of gets the wheels turning, right? What actually happened? What is happening? How did things play out? I think they're just not on the same page. So it was great because of Brook. Everything else was cool. Everything else was cool. Now that Nika, the god of destruction, I think people are starting to see some of the things I mentioned before with like the Giants and what they wish for, and this could be a precursor for what's to come when we talk about Nika. Um, I mean, I like Somers, right? So I really like Somers. He's, you know, an asshole, but I like Summers, man. Um, it's been a while since we had a discussion. I'm gonna try to get a discussion in. Um, but we got a lot. We got to do today, right? What Freerin, JJK anime. I gotta watch My Hero, House of Paradise. Yeah, I haven't listened to Fall Off yet. I feel like a Twitch stream is necessary to kind of react to the fall off. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm not super excited for it. Um, uh, I don't know. But here's the thing, though. I haven't watched Fallout yet. Haven't watched Fallout season 2 yet. Here's the thing when it comes to J. Cole. I kind of just let myself I just let it happen. I don't really go searching for J. Cole. I don't really, I'm not really tapped in as soon as J. Cole drops. But I get in the mood and I'm like, let me listen to some J. Cole. And then typically, I'm moved. But I'm not the J. Cole fan that jumps to listen to J. Cole as soon as it comes out. Because the backlash of the beef. Nah, it's just always been like that for me. Like as far as those three guys, is always J. Cole has always been in the back burner as far as his music, but not because it's I was about to say not because it's not as good. I mean, but it's true. J. Cole's music is not as good as Kendrick and Drake. But it's okay. Because it's close. So I listen to J. Cole. I listen to J. Cole. But I have to be like, it's like a mood. It's like a moment where I'm just like, all right, I'm ready. I'm ready. Um, he said he can't listen to J. Cole without a sour taste in his mouth. Uh, and that's fair. I think that's fair to say. Um, he said I feel like Drake albums are the most boring. Uh, more than J. Cole's albums? I feel like all three, Drake, J. Cole, and Kendrick, they all have albums that people deem boring. But if I had to pick one, I would say people would say that more about J. Cole than Drake. Um, but you know, I haven't liked the recent Drake albums outside of like the collab albums with 21. I didn't like For All the Dogs. I didn't like Certified Lover Boy, you know. But I've liked the recent Kendrick albums. I feel like they're in an interesting spot, you know. Um, so I don't know. Lyrical bullshit. I mean, bro, you cannot listen. That last was it last summer? That beef changed. That beef changed hip hop forever. All right, it changed hip hop forever for all three. I think that elevated Kendrick to easily top 10 all time. He's probably my top five, my personal top five at this point. I think it forever put a stain on Drake's career, like a permanent stain. I think people looked at the Pusha T thing like, I mean, Pusha got him, but like, I think this Kendrick thing was like a beatdown, right? Where it was just like, it's clear. It was a clear W. And I think J. Cole backing out not only changed how people perceive him as an MC, it also changed, I think, obviously his and Drake's relationship. And it probably changed his and Kendrick's relationship too, where nothing was the same. Nah, I mean, I think the Cole fans. I love all the Cole fans I know are beautiful people, a bit delusional but beautiful people, and they riding with their guy. But I mean, I think we'd be lying to ourselves if we didn't say like, "Yo, this is a bad look. This is a terrible look." Now, I'm not mad at J. Cole for backing out of it. I think he realized his heart wasn't in it. He wasn't prepared for it. All right, I'm cool. But yeah, if you do that and then you come back like, I think I'm the best. There's nobody better. Da 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 da. Honestly, Drake can't even say that right now. Like Drake can't pop it like he used to. The only nigga that can pop it, the only nigga that can pop it like he used to, and even more so now, is Kendrick. Like, listen, I like Drake more than Kendrick, but I went back and I listened to that like that verse. I hadn't heard in a while. I'm like, yeah, yeah, all right. Kendrick is, except fuck the big three. Nigga, it's just big me. Yeah. What can you say at this point? The numbers been crazy, the album's been crazy, the Grammys, the awards, the accolades. I That's the only person that can pop it right now. Until something changes. And then for Drake, you know, I feel like people were just waiting for him to fall off, for him to lose because of the other things surrounding him. I think Kendrick proved himself. As much as Drake has dominated this era of rap for the past 10, 15 years numbers wise, and music has been good too, right? How can we not say this is Kendrick's era? We can, and I'm a Drake guy. You see what I'm saying? And then the music Drake has been releasing recently, outside of that, again, the collab albums have been good. Him and 21, and then him and um the R&B album with Party. This nigga Kendrick won 5 Grammys again, right? Doesn't Kendrick have like over like 20 something Grammys? Something crazy. Now, that's not the only assessment of like what's good, but that's kind of like a lot of niggas champion Grammys. What I'm saying is, um, it's Kendrick's. It's all Kendrick, which is which is yeah, I believe he won 5 or more than 5, possibly, but he won at least 5. He won at least 5. No, Drake has a lot of music that's good. That's even not main. That's not even mainstream. I think even the mainstream music that put out was good too. But I think right now it's Kendrick's time, bro. Nobody touching Kendrick right now. Kendrick has 27 Grammys. I know a lot of people like Grammys don't matter, whatever, but that's kind of like been the bar as far as accolades when it comes to music. So I don't know. We just gotta be honest. So pen wise, J. Cole is better than Kendrick to me. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. Yeah, the Iceman. I'm not super hyped for Iceman. I say this, then I gotta go. I don't think there's been any realization from the beef. I guess with Iceman. Um, like I said, I mean, we could be pleasantly surprised, but I'm talking about like even the music outside of that that I heard. I think he did like a couple features. I'm just like, you know, and I don't know, bro. It's like it's hard to bounce back from the shit that just happened. Like, you had the entire world pretty much talking crazy to you, you know. And then Drake did have the lawsuit. Yeah, Kendrick has 27 total Grammys. Now I think Kendrick's pen is exceptional. Um, I think Cole is J. Cole had a run for a second of features that I think was better than anybody, but I think Kendrick just has more versatility and quality than both of them. Like, here's the thing, right? J. Cole, I think, can match Kendrick when it comes to introspection, storytelling, um, and just music that feeds the soul. I don't think J. Cole can match Kendrick when it comes to bangers. And Kendrick is certified. He can make bangers, bro. So, and then even tours, numbers, you know, it's just different. Is it more versatility than Drake? Probably. Well, okay. I don't know about more versatility than Drake, but I think Drake can do more. But can he do more that can be on the level of what Kendrick can do? I don't know. But yeah, Drake can probably do more because, of course, he does the R&B and stuff like that. But then it's like Drake put out an R&B album with Party, and then Kendrick wins a Grammy for Luther. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah. Um, yeah, I was listening to Sing About Me like yesterday a lot, but so you don't get the correlation. Well, it's kind of like where people talk about Drake and as far as R&B, Drake can cross over between hip hop, R&B, et cetera, right? Put on an entire album of R&B music. But the biggest R&B record from last year was Luther with Kendrick and SZA. So it's just he's tapping into every bag and he's winning right now. And then that the Super Bowl on top of it, I I don't know. I feel like if you I don't know, if you're not seeing what Kendrick is doing and you're not like just marveled, you know. Yeah, for your eyes only. Like I think J. Cole can do like uh let's be real, Scissor carried Luther. Luther. I mean, it's kind of a situation where like I don't know, it's an R&B record. I think they both did their thing on Luther. I'm not gonna say Scissor carried. Could Drake turn in a full hip hop album like a real one? Like a full hip hop album? Uh Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I feel like they both did their thing. Um but that's the thing. I don't think Drake would ever make an album without doing R&B. Like when we say a full hip hop album, do we feel like Good Kid, Mad City was a full hip hop album, but it still had R&B on there? Only thing is like Drake is singing a hook himself, so it's just like you know, like Nothing Was the Same was a hip hop album, but then he got From Time on there, right? And shit like 305 to My City. I wouldn't say Nothing Was the Same is not a hip hop album. It is. So can Drake make a rap album, like a full rap album? I don't like. What do we consider? Like we have Good Kid, Mad City. People consider a hip hop album, right? It had Poetic Justice on there. So I don't know. Like, are we saying majority rap? Because he's done that before. Yeah, they want all timestamps. That's never going to happen. I don't think that's ever going to happen. I don't feel like that's what he wants to do. You know what I'm saying, but I think something like, I mean, I think peak Drake for me is Nothing Was the Same, but you know, yeah, I think it's like the spirit of the album. Like, what is it? What does it feel like? I don't think it's necessarily about like not having melody, etc. I feel like Clip should have won over GNX. Probably, but it's just Kendrick's time, bro. No, one track doesn't change the genre, but is there now? Do we have a criteria? Is it 3 tracks? Is it 4 tracks? Is it 5 tracks? Right? Like Nothing Was the Same. Nothing Was the Same is mostly rap. But I'm saying like, but niggas still complain about that. Niggas will complain about saying Drake should make a mostly rap album, but then niggas will be like, nah, Drake should just stick to what he knows. GNX is arguably one skip. I can, I think in general, yeah. I think it's just the vibe of the album. I think it's the vibe of the album. I don't know, but like, I don't think that's a. I don't like that critique as far as like, yo, are you gonna make a full hip hop album? Are you gonna make a full rap album? Are you? I agree. I think he's coasting right now. I feel like Drake is coasting. It's crazy because it's like you're coasting while Kendrick is elevating. So you know, yeah. I don't know. I think right now is Kendrick's time, and I think we just gotta accept that. But we can still. I think it's still fine to say Drake is a good artist, a great artist. Right now, Kendrick is better. Nah, but I think it's just like if niggas don't like Drake, it's niggas gonna continue not liking Drake. I don't think Drake has done nothing to dispel that. I think it's. I feel like for people that like Kendrick or um, they use um, the beat down by Kendrick as more of a reason as to why Drake isn't a real MC. Not are you? I'm saying, can you? Like, can Drake make a full hip hop album, or will he have to do? And if he does a hip hop album, do you think it's going to be a K dot level? I think Drake can. I think Drake can make a full. But then that's what I'm saying. Like, what 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 is a hip hop album? Like, are we saying a hip hop album is all rap? Are we saying like what? I don't get it because R&B is part of hip hop. So it's just I don't understand that. Are we saying like where the spirit of it is rap, pure lyricism? So if Drake made a hip hop album, there ain't nothing close to K Dot. Oh, so that's where you're trying to get to. So you had an idea or an answer that you wanted. So that's why you were saying that. You're saying if we remove one of the aspects that makes Drake great, can he make an album on the level of Kendrick? Um, I think that's an unfair comp. I think Kendrick is the better rapper, you know? Yeah, I don't know. I agree. Kendrick's evolving. Yeah, but I do a similar style as Kendrick hip hop album because a lot of people like his style more. Kendrick has more awards, but Drake has more number one hits overall. I mean, I think or rap. Uh, I think Drake can make a good rap album. I just don't think you'd ever do it. R&B and always been hip hop. That's a more contemporary thing. R&B predates hip hop. I think they're intertwined. I think R&B and hip hop, it covers the same um audience, the same people that listen to R&B to listen to rap. I think hip hop and R&B, they're not necessarily one and the same, but they complement each other so well that together it's hard to kind of separate. For R&B, it's easier to separate. For hip hop, it's more of I think a collection, right? It's a collective of just art, more often than not black art. So it's kind of like rap. Rap, I think I'm about to end this, but rap has evolved, right? Rap, um, where the era of the pure rap artist is, I think that's done with, right? Where that's a very limiting genre, right? I think it's very limited where it's like it's just pure raps, it's bars, it's wordplay, it's just about getting your shit off. And I think that's over with. I feel like people have evolved through different artists from Nelly to Ludacris to Ja Rule to 50 Cent and now with Drake and Kendrick. They've elevated rap to a place where like now more people can enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's more of I yeah, I would say hip hop and rap, they're connected and intertwined, but they're not necessarily the same because hip hop is more it's more elements to it, you know. But can Drake make a rap album? Yeah, but I don't think he ever will. I remember 50 Cent and Kanye West beef, bro. That's one of 6 in Park times. Um, and I agree. If Drake made an entire rap album, I can't see it superseding something that Kendrick can make. I would say this, like he'd have to step away. He'd have to step away for like a year plus, lock in, and completely it'd be a completely different route. But honestly, I don't think niggas would ever accept Drake. Or if you don't like Drake, you're not gonna start to like Drake. Personally. Like I don't think he want to. But now I remember Kanye West and 50 Cent beef. That shit was crazy because like 50 Cent was on top of the world. I was a 50 Cent guy. And Kanye was a new, but like he wasn't 50 Cent, bro. Right? And Kanye was the underdog technically. But I remember that 1 of 6 in Park face off. And then this is the graduation. This is graduation versus Curtis, right? I believe it's graduation versus Curtis. And then they were like debuting tracks. I think the the song that they first dropped was from Curtis, and it was like everywhere. It was the have a baby by me, be a millionaire. That song, and it was going crazy, right? And then Kanye had like a run. He dropped like banger after banger after banger after banger. And then it was like, I don't know. And then 50 Cent was dropping like shit like AO Technology. And yeah, man. I think that was I think that's where Kanye kind of went into the stratosphere from Graduation. Yeah. So it was Can't Tell Me Nothing, Good Life. He had dropped Stronger. Um, Big Brother. Big Brother was another one he kind of used. And we can't forget of Flashing Lights. Can't forget about Flashing Lights. So he dropped hella bangers where it's like, I think that was, yeah, yeah. It's tough. Yeah, I think for Kanye, he got labeled a genius and he ran with it. And I think there's some mental issues there too that, weren't addressed early enough. He started believing the hype, you lean into it, people let you be that, and it kind of goes to a point where people are like, all right, it's cool, it's funny. The Sway interview, Breakfast Club, all these moments, Taylor Swift. We're like, that's just Kanye being Kanye. And then you get to slavery being a choice. Niggas is like, oh nah. Nah. Um, and then you get to the other stuff and the songs he's dropping, the rants, you know? And the thing is, and it's now the music is starting to fall off a little bit. Niggas will accept anything if the art you bring is good enough. Anything. People can try to like dance and do whatever. Like, no, but Kanye got worse. Nah, niggas accept anything as long as what you provide is worth it. That's just a fact. Yay. Yeah, that ego. But Kanye's one of the greatest. He's one of the greatest. He just gotta, gotta separate. Maybe social media is one of the worst things that could have happened to Kanye because then we started seeing more of him. I mean, honestly, like some people, like I hate finding out shit about like people um that I watch or actors or I'm like, bro, I don't care about any of this shit, bro. Like I don't, I know too much about this person and it ultimately affects the music or the art because I'm just like, I can't, you know what I'm saying? I think if you're an artist, an actor, I feel like you should too much of your life should not be public. The mystique is ruined, all of it is gone, and it can only go downhill. Who pushed back the album again? Drake pushed back the album again? When Iceman drop, it drops. To this like Kanye's Green Goblin mask, yo, facts. Shut up and dribble, basically. No, not necessarily shut up and dribble, right? I think you can have different um opinions, etc. You just got to know it's going to affect the art. I seen the e-files. It's a lot of like shit around it though, where it's like him sending himself emails. I don't know. I don't know. That's tough. But guys, I was supposed to go an hour ago. Appreciate everybody pulling up. We're gonna try to get discussion in. Let's not talk. Yeah. When Brago starts uploading IG stories, we gonna know his shenanigans. Just in close friends. Just in close friends. The IG shenanigans would never be public. Just in close friends. And if you screen record my close friends, then I'm gonna find you. This is why we never get an actual justice from our government. People are distracted by these little social wins. So you're pacified and not fighting or wanting real things. In this essay, I will. You know what I think, Jesse? I think people don't know what they're fighting for. You know what I'm saying? I think people don't know what they're fighting for. I think honestly, sometimes the fight is just a distraction for people. And it's just like something to get them going every single day. They don't really care. It's just like an engagement. And so somebody fighting for something knows it's gonna be engagement. They keep fighting. So I don't, you know, I think uh that's just a society we live in. Virtue signaling, um, putting on a front, bro. There's so many times we see people that these advocates for justice and peace, and we dig into them a little bit, and it's like, wait, but you doing this, right? You a hypocrite. But Twitter, as long as if it's said on Twitter, it got to be true, right? Niggas don't really care, bro. It's just engagement. It's just something to look forward to. I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna have hella notifications, a lot of shit to look at. My shit about to be going crazy. Yeah, bro. Shit don't matter. What's the new story? Niggas be looking like, what's the new thing? What's the new pop up? What happened? Who got dirt? Who da da da. Da. Niggas don't really care. Not, and that's not everybody. There's some people that obviously care for real, but I think that care isn't necessarily uh can be orchestrated typically through Twitter or social media. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're doing work, if you're doing real work, Twitter can accentuate it if you're promoting something that's going to help the people, but like if that's the work you're doing, you're what a Twitter revolutionary, brother. But yeah, I appreciate y'all. Just you know the vibes. You know how we be. Like Billie Eilish. I don't know what Billie Eilish be doing. A lot of niggas are just pussy. We got to keep it a buck. You know what I can always depend on? I can always depend on Caster to sum some shit up. A lot of niggas are just pussy. Let's be honest. Maybe. Twitter niggas are never serious. Here's the thing though, right? Here's the thing though. I think like with niggas being pussy, it's something niggas got to be careful with, right? Because niggas will be pussy till they're not. But how do you know, right? Where somebody's pussy, but then once they're not pussy, then it's RIP. Then it's like, oh man, he went too far, right? I thought he was pussy. So I think we just gotta be careful, all right? Just be careful. Just be careful. All socials are ass, but Twitter is godforsaken. I don't know. They say Christian Mingle is really good. By the time you find out, it's too late. They're still pussy. I don't know. So niggas who act like they're revolutionaries. You just got caught lacking. Even a cat fights back if cornered. I don't know. I think I think you gotta choose when to be pussy. I think honestly, honestly, you gotta know when to be pussy. I think a real man has to know when it's time to be pussy. To be pussy. Well, now we going down. Like I said, black people meet. Said never be pussy, always be a man. That's being a man. Time and place. When it's hard, stand tall. Time and place. I think even the quote "being a man" is like it's a general term that people use based on circumstance and whatever it means to them. It says holding back isn't being pussy. If you're being pussy, you are pussy. Yep. But that's the thing. It's kind of like from somebody's perspective, it could be you being pussy, but you just walking away. Yeah, being a man is like a very, very general term. It's a broad spectrum too. Very broad spectrum. Where somebody be like, being a man is this, but being a man is this. Who Joe? Joe Budden? Said you obviously choose your battles, you should never cower. That's the thing. I think cowering to some people is being pussy, right? Or cowering is walking away to some people. That's what I'm saying. Like being pussy is like it's subjective, right? Nah, but that's crazy. That's something we don't talk about enough in Mulan. I think that nigga Chang liked Mulan more when she was a man. I think Mulan had some homosexual undertones, which is nothing wrong with it, obviously. But I'm just saying, we why we don't talk about that more? Why did he? Why was he so mad when he found out that? All right, man, it's fine, it's fine. We don't gotta talk about it. Y'all be safe, bro. Y'all be